In the heart of Nigeria, where tradition meets the rhythm of modern life, stood a modest house filled not with wealth but with love. Segun and Funke, bound by faith and resilience, dreamed of a life where their children would thrive beyond the challenges they themselves had faced. It was in this house that laughter echoed against the walls, that prayers rose with the dawn, and that dreams, though fragile, were nurtured with patience and sacrifice. Here began the story of a family not defined by circumstance, but by the strength of their unity. A story where each struggle became a lesson, and every joy a memory stitched into the fabric of their lives. This was more than a home. It was a sanctuary, a living testament to hope. Segun and Funke met in Kaduna State, a city rich in culture and diversity. Their paths first crossed at a youth leadership seminar, where Segun was giving a talk on entrepreneurship, while Funke, a passionate advocate for education, listened intently from the audience. A chance encounter after the event led to an hours-long conversation about dreams, aspirations, and the values that mattered most to them. What started as friendship quickly deepened into something more profound. Segun admired Funke's intelligence, kindness, and unwavering determination, while Funke was drawn to Segun's vision, charisma, and ability to find light even in the darkest moments. They spent countless evenings discussing their ambitions, exchanging stories from their childhoods, and weaving dreams of a future together. When they married, it was not just a union of two hearts, but a merging of shared values and aspirations. They envisioned a home filled with warmth and happiness, where love would be the foundation and laughter would echo through the hallways. They dreamed of raising children in an environment that nurtured both tradition and progress, where respect, resilience, and faith would guide their path. Life, however, had its own plans, testing their love through challenges they never anticipated. But through every struggle and triumph, Segun and Funke held on to the promise they made to each other, to build a home not just of bricks and mortar, but of joy, strength, and unbreakable bonds. Their first child, Tioluwani, was born on a rainy September evening as thunder rumbled softly in the distance. The air smelled of fresh earth, and the dim hospital room was filled with a mixture of exhaustion and joy. As Funke cradled her newborn daughter in her arms, tears welled in her eyes. Segun, overwhelmed with emotions he could hardly describe, gently traced his fingers over their baby's delicate hands. They made a silent promise to give her a life filled with love, warmth, and security. Parenthood was uncharted territory, but as they gazed at Tioluwani's peaceful face, they knew they would give their all to raise her with the best of their hearts. A year later, Sinmisola arrived. Unlike Tioluwani, who was lively and smart, Sinmisola was calm and observant, taking in the world with quiet curiosity. From the moment he was placed in Funke's arms, he displayed a serene nature, often watching everything around him with wide, thoughtful eyes. Where Tioluwani would run headfirst into adventure, Sinmisola would take his time, studying situations before making his move. Despite their differences, the siblings shared an unbreakable bond. They spent countless nights giggling under the covers, whispering stories to each other when they were supposed to be asleep. Bedtime stories became a sacred tradition, with Tioluwani excitedly making up wild adventures while Sinmisola listened intently, occasionally asking questions that showed how deeply he thought about the world. Playful fights would erupt over toys or whose turn it was to pick the bedtime tale, but no argument ever lasted long. At the end of the day, they always found comfort in each other's arms, knowing that their love was stronger than any disagreement.